Every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody
Anthony
out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank.
And Christina
It's the
Carter.
hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank.
And Christina
It's the
Carter.
hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's when we can kick it.
Every Tuesday.
Everything is going
Every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, the Roy Anthony
Every
Show. It's through
Tuesday.
the week, homie. The Roy
Every
Anthony
Thursday.
Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a
Tap
call
in.
before we gotta
Tap
talk.
in.
What you listening to? The Roy Anthony
Every
Show. Come on
Tuesday.
and kick it with us. The Roy Anthony
Every
Show.
Thursday.
It's going down, homeboy. The Roy Anthony Show. Co-host
Tap in.
Big Hank.
What it do? What it do? What it do? Once again, this is comedian Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show, where we take a pride that it's not a confrontation, it's a conversation. My co-stars will be kicking in. Big Hank, he's always doing the Lord's will before he come and mess with me, this heathen that I am. And my other co-star, Christina Carter, she'll be popping up any second. We're live from the Woe Entertainment, the Woe Live Entertainment, which was created by Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, along with our co-creator Goose. Then we have our top flight social producer like Blue Phoenix, Nathan. We have different hosts and platforms. Got to give a shout out to the commander and stuff. Got so much love for him. Give it up to Pops, UV Nation, BV Nation. That's what it is. I said UV Nation. And then a shout out to all of y'all. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. And I'm just excited because today's subject is finding humor. People know that we're a stand-up comedian. I'm a stand-up comedian. Big Hank's a stand-up comedian. Matter of fact, we got a new comedy show concert that we're about to be releasing out to the social medias. And today's subject was, what if we came together like the UN? Had a few drinks and some laughs. Good conversation. And so as a stand-up comedian, there's always things that makes me laugh. You know, I laugh at myself sometimes, you know, in the mornings. Like this is close to the weekend, so I haven't had a haircut, and I'm very particular about the way I look. So I got my cap on. And I'm just happy to be. This is February the 3rd, 2022. I never could imagine when I was a kid, we used to think that by the time 2020 came in, we'd be in hovercrafts, and people thought that they could break down their molecules like Star Trek and beam themselves into some other area. And so if we haven't even been back to the moon since, but that's another story for another day, because today's topic, the subject is, like I said, well, we all came together like the UN. That's the United Nations. You got all different walks of life, religions, skin tone, race, all that. And they sit back and they have conversations. And then I found out that they have drinks of their choice and they laugh at a lot of things. Now, some things are serious, of course, you know. I think that's Christina. She said, "Hi, Roy, I'm with my son at the hospital. He was sent to the hospital yesterday, unresponsive from school. Keep us in your prayers. I love y'all. Have a wonderful show." Oh, that's Christina Carter. Her son is in the hospital. So, yes, our prayers go out to you as well. And so if you know, Christina, we have your back. Believe that. Um, Sometimes we run into misfortunes, and sometimes it makes it seem like it's easy to frown than to smile and laugh at something. The way our society is going, and how the media amps it up so much, we have so many who takes these situations to heart, where we have a lot of our veterans committing suicide. That's what this platform was created for, in honor of veterans that is committing suicide, where we don't need to commit suicide. This society seems chaotic, but everyone has a right to be here. We need you here. We have teenagers that committed suicide at 12 suicides a day. Yeah, I know she's here. She just sent me and said she's here to support me. I know you are, and I appreciate that. And so sometimes we go through different things in life. You know, I have sometimes so much concerns. People think that I'm like Cool Hand Luke, that I don't think about something. They think that I'm always making a joke out of it. But I'm a person who grew up to be what don't kill me make me stronger. So sometimes I find my scapegoat is to make humor out of some things. Now, some things you can't make humor out of. There's nothing funny like with our associate producer, Blue Phoenix. She's been fighting with a rare cancer, and then her jobs and stuff gives her such a hard time because they so worried about getting their money than worrying about her getting healthy. And then we don't need to be with you, all this stuff. So that's nothing to be, it's nothing to laugh about. When you got mass murderers and just killings, period, it's nothing to laugh about. But sometimes we have to take the other things in between life and find humor in it, because laughter in a scientific form creates releases an endorphins in your brain that cures and heals all diseases, all pains. Um, Doctors and scientists has been forever trying to dissect the brain to get to this endorphin pack, but there's no way you can get it unless a person is fully laughing. That is the truth. That's why words say sometimes it says that laughter is the best medicine. When you are diagnosed with a sickness or you got a problem or something like that, we tend to consider that as drama. And drama leads to depression, sadness, feeling like you're not accepted in the society, these type of things. But when you laugh, it releases. You ever laugh so hard to where the back of your head is hurting and your eyes is watering? I've had some good laughters in occasions, and I've laughed so hard that I'm like, whew. And it seemed like all my burdens is lifted. Everything is, it's not even concerning my health wise. Anything is, I'm cured. And a lot of people don't understand that when you hear some tragic news, the last thing you think about is laughing. And when you facing a horrific situation, somebody may look at you crazy if you laugh, you know, but laughter is the best medicine. Now, before I go any farther, I wanted to bring, I mentioned her, which was Tuesday, February the 1st, of Miss Marcelle Woodland. Miss Marcelle Woodland is in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, I want to share this so those who seeing it, if you see this later on the recording, Miss Marcelle Woodland and her company, she have different associates working with her from New York to Los Angeles, are visiting a comedy festival and getting the Guinness World Record attempt. They have got the location, and they're building up that the biggest comedy show where the attendance breaks the world record. Now, the world record is held by some English cat in Europe that held a comedy fest. And I think it was about 78,000 people showed up. They're going for the ultimate. What's up, Witchy? What David said, what's up, fam? You got it. What's up, Witchy? Miss Marcellus, and they're giving $100,000 out in prizes. Like literally, it's a comedy competition. It's going to be about, I think about 3 or 4 contestants is going to be coming up, and I mean, who can get to the finals? What you had to do is there's the website. You go to showmefunny.com. If you think you got it going on, you think you're funny enough, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be in St. Louis, Missouri. So if you're not from Missouri, you don't have to worry about biasness or anything. It's going to be neutral. They're working with it across the U.S. And I've seen when it was her dream that she was pushing. And she was putting her work in it. And next thing you know, other people got involved, and now her group is big. And I take it as an honor when they holler at me and say, "Hey, Roy, do you mind, spreading the news?" Because they know I don't mind networking. That's just how I am. So you want to go to the showmefunny.com. You can look on information. Miss Marcel Woodland and Company presents Comedy Festival and Guinness World Record attempt. You can register at showmefunny.com. They have like an agreement, and you need to make sure you read it, fill it out, make sure you understand what's going on. And that's going to be held in St. Louis, Missouri. Roy Anthony's been blessed too, man. I've been all over the U.S. I got people hitting me up in other countries. It seems like some of our messages is getting across. Our producer was talking to me. Matter of fact, he's been sending me information about some of the dramatic situations out there, especially when you're dealing with the judicial system. He's been studying a lot about these people who's in prison on death row to be found that they was innocent. Keep them on death row for 20 years and to find out they innocent. And then you got states like Missouri that don't want to reimburse some people. The state that made all types of money off of them. Now you need to refund that man his money for his life. He got $1 for every second. I need $1 to $5 for every second. And I'm gonna forget the days and the years to seconds, because I remember when I was a kid, just being in punishment, you looking at that clock, and that clock is like tick, tock, tick. Them seconds is real slow. So any state that incarcerates somebody, and what gets me is that, and this is the funny, I had to laugh at it. DNA testing has been going on since the early 1940s. This is 2022. Every time there's something that's very crucial come out, all of a sudden it's backdated. Oh yes, our DNA testing has improved for 2010. Come on, man. Stop lying to these people. They just be lying. American hospitals are the only hospitals that I know in the world that keeps a woman who's having a baby, the placenta and the umbilical cord, which is then therefore inputted into what they call the DNA library. Now all of a sudden we have cases in 2022 where we got people on death row, and then this is the kicker, when they have found that they are innocent, you gotta decide to keep them in there because you worried about the money they're gonna receive. Look at the money y'all getting. We was just talking about it, you know what I'm saying? But we are so they try to keep us divided. If we was to come together like the UN, just the general public people, we just sit back and just got a good laughter. That's why people go to a comedy show. They want to get away from the drama, what they've gone through in their personal life, on their job, in their society. You get away from that. Go somewhere and hear somebody talk about something that you really can't say. Let the comedians. That's why I get away with some things, because they're like, well, Roy's a comedian. But they got to understand. I want you to understand is that as a comedian, I try to find things that are fun. And if you got something to say towards it, I'll be like, hey, come on, join, because I love to laugh sometimes. I love when somebody else is making me laugh. I have a cousin named Lashio. Boy, he mimics me. He be teasing me and mimic me better than anybody. He be having me laughing at myself. I mean, wholeheartedly, where I love being around him because I get to laughing and healing my body, because I be laughing so serious. He be having my back of my head hurting. I be like, ah. Next thing you know, any type of deformities or anything that I have inside me that I don't know of is gone. Every time I've been to get a complete physical, my doctor told me the only thing, I don't have diabetes, I don't have no risk of high blood pressure. He said that my makeup is like I'm in my 20s, except that I'm short of vitamin D. And that one baffled me. As dark as I am, I'm lacking sunlight. I was like, okay. But I laugh. Now, sometimes you see me in the public, I might be thinking, it's not that I'm mad at somebody, but I'm thinking in thoughts of something that's going to make people laugh. That's the life of a stand-up comedian. Sometimes I sit back, I wake up in the middle of the night and thoughts is going through my head and I'm locking it in, and then find myself saying it out loud to hear myself saying it. And then the cherry on is when I throw out my ideas and my humor out to an audience, and they're receiving it as what I imagine as well. I feel that's a God gift. Sometimes I say something that I found a lot of people be laughing at, and I don't find it funny and stuff, but I'm leading up to it. Sometimes other people laugh and make me laugh. My brother, I say something, and my brother 30, he'd be like, I'm not going there with you, Roy. I'm not going there with you. And he can't help but all of a sudden he started laughing. I started laughing. It was him that started letting me recognize it's not the people that we have problems with, it's the demons. That's all it is. And if if you laugh at yourself, then you'll laugh at other situations. Now, I always try to draw time because I know Big Hank will be coming in. And so I said I didn't want to bring in one of our subjects. I want this wait because I love when Big Hank's responses. And you can see we get along so well that he'll laugh at something and I laugh at something. And me and him both would be like, man, did you just say that? Like, yeah, man. And so before we go any farther with our comedy, I want to show, as everybody knows, that we've been opening up a production studio where major production companies has been talking to us about doing our skits, and there's stuff that we have been putting out that we don't put out on our social medias. So about 4 or 5 years ago, we was already creating little skits, submitting them, and I started getting a lot of attention from this one particular skit that I want to share with everybody, and then we're gonna come back into everything else. How about that? Hey, what's up with everybody? This is comedian Roy Anthony, like you didn't know. And I know I was just talking to you and I was looking pretty good too. Now, one of the things what we want to discuss is that you ever notice when you look at a dollar bill or any type of money, it's always telling you what it says, like, okay, $100 bill. It says on here, this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. Well, guess what? There's always the pros and cons for everything because public sales and private sales are not the same. You may not understand what I'm talking about. Once you come with me, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Okay, notice we're here at Tito's Bakery. This is for public sales. I'm going to go order some food using my money because it says that I can use this dollar for public and private sales, right? So I'm gonna go order me something and check this out. Now I just came out of Little Tito's and I ordered 2 tacos, right? But look, he gives me a burrito. Guess what I can do with my dollar? I can go back in there and get my right order. Watch what I do. Hey man, I told you to get. Yeah man, I paid my money, man. You pay your money, you supposed to get what you want. Now I ordered 2 tacos and he gave me a burrito. And guess what? I went in there and was able to get my 2 tacos. That is for public sales. Now, let's see what happens when we use the money for private sales. Now, we've already seen how public sales are, right? Now, let me show you how private sales is totally different. But you remember what it says on the bill. It says, this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private, right? Now, I have an associate who has come to deal with me for some private sales. Won't you come with me? I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now what I did was, I just purchased a dub bag of Kush, right? And I'm gonna check my product and, wait a minute. This ain't no dub bag of Kush. This a nickel bag of stress. Man, now watch what happens now. Hey man, I told you I needed some tush, man. This is some stress. What the hell you trying to do here, man? I paid for what I paid for. I need to get what I'm supposed to get. That's how you do it.
Fuck you say, little nigga? What? I must be hard of hearing or something, because I know you ain't just asked me for no motherfucking refund, exchange, nothing like that. We don't do that shit around here. Straight up, homie. Fuck on down the road with that bullshit. You gotta say now.
Hey, you know where the good stress blunts is? Get the fuck out of here. What's up with you, Big Hank?
That nigga jacked you for your dub. I know that nigga jacked you for your dub. I know that. That's what he did,
man,
do.
Hey, look, when I shot the video, that's my man, Prolific. Man, one of my good partners. It took me almost 4 hours to convince him. I said, I need you to be like rough, like, man. Every time you get out the truck, he be like, man, I can't, man.
Can't smash my homeboy. I can't smash on my homeboy.
Oh man, everybody in the whole complex was crying, laughing, and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And well, how you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing good, but I don't know where you can get no good stress blunts at. Nigga said, I don't know, but you know where I can get me a good stress blunt right now, so I can smoke this one blunt that you gave me.
Oh my goodness, man! And look,
that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Me and Big Hank and Brandon Peters got some. Oh my goodness, we got some ideas for the world, and
yes, sir.
We're so looking forward to put things out. Hey, you know today's show subject, Big Hank. I tell people, I know that you're probably in front of the church now.
Yes, sir.
Big Hank is the head deacon at St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church in Long Beach. Just led by Dr. Williams.
Yes, sir.
And It made me. It didn't. Big Hank never testified to me as heathen as I am. I came one time on a rap video that Big Hank had put together, and the pastor of them had a church where Bloods and Crips came together and called it Jesus is real.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
when I
sir.
seen all this happening, I'm like, this is real. Like, I said, I'm coming here Sunday.
Ah, 'cause Jesus got to be real. He bring the blood and scripture
Have you
together.
for real? Everybody was dressed up like the word and everything. While they were shooting videos, I kind of stood in between because I just wore all black. I didn't know, like, you know what? I'm neutral. But man, I brought up a couple of subjects, man, because I was just telling them as we comedians, we take subjects and we find subjects and we laugh about it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Me and Big Hank just did a comedy concert about 4 or 5 weeks ago down in Memphis, Tennessee. So we just got the footage before we release it to everybody. It's hilarious too. Big Hank is hilarious. Cracking up, and you can tell you did your research, right?
Yeah.
And you talked about your own life.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I want to share our first. Hey man, I'm trying to keep from laughing.
What's wrong with you, man?
I think I'm gonna do this one first, though, bro.
You stupid, man.
Hey, this one right here is going to get some people, man. Let me get to the thing so I can bring it in to the stream. As you read it, okay, they gave their daughter a DNA test.
Yeah, I seen this, man.
It uncovered an IVF nightmare.
Yeah,
Okay.
they gave her the DNA test for Christmas, you know, thinking they was gonna brighten her day and find out more about her family. And they was like, "Go ahead, baby, yeah, go do your DNA test."
Exactly. They was like she wanted to find more about her family,
Right.
Her family tree and everything, and so her family was like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Okay,
how is this funny? It's because, okay, I know everybody probably could imagine that what happened is this young lady right here, this is her father and mother, and I guess he couldn't penetrate the egg, so the doctors took his sperm and put it in his wife's egg to fertilize to where they have the baby girl.
They thought.
So she's 20, I think she's 23, 24 years old. She's 28 years old, right? She's 28 years old.
Yeah.
And like Big Hank was saying, they gave her this gift for Christmas.
Yeah.
So that way they were going to give her a trip to one of the countries that they thought her genes,
ancestry is
that's
from.
what it is, her ancestry. Yeah. Okay. People, so they found out when they say that saying, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. To find out that the father, this is like opposite of Maury Povich.
Yeah, you are not
the father. Okay, so what happened? People probably looked at the mother real crazy at first, right?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't them. They're suing the hospital. Because what happened is the hospital ended up giving her, the mother, this other guys.
Another patient.
Now, what's funny is that the other guy couldn't have, his wife didn't have no kids. After geological, say that word, Big Hank. Can you see just
genealogical sleuthing?
There it is. That family was able to track down a man who appeared to be Jessica's biological father. Contacted by the family, the man confirmed that he and his wife had been patients of the same doctor, Nicholas Spirtos, in 1991, but had never conceived a child. Paternity testing confirmed that the man was indeed her biological father.
Wow.
Now, what's a trip to me,
Wow.
Big Hank, what's a trip to me is that, okay, the one who didn't have no kid is probably thinking all this time, man, I'm shooting blanks like a mug.
Yeah.
Let's have him.
Right.
When he finds that he has a 28-year-old daughter,
Wow. Wow. That's crazy, man. That's a trip. That's a trip. Hey, hey, I'm tripping on how they made the mistake though, because I know they had them vials, they had the little vials in it, and they probably didn't have the name on them, and they probably said, "Oh shit, I wonder who shit." Man, I think I don't know, man. Damn, man. I guess we just put one name on one and one name on the other one. That's what happened. I know that's what happened.
and look, it was multiple other ones.
Yeah,
It's not the
yeah,
only situation. It's just that it's so late in the game. I was talking to my
right.
mother, who is an RN, and she used to work when babies were born. And she said that it was common that they would switch babies up.
Mm, that's cold.
You know,
That's cold.
and so next thing you know, here it is. Now this girl, they was giving this as a gift because she's always been about her family and knowing her family and finding out her family and
Yeah,
finding known grandmother and grand. Now they want to go to the ancestry.com, find your
yeah.
beginnings, to where now, she, hey, how you doing? This is her new father.
Yeah,
When she thought she was going over there to Ireland, she might
yeah.
find herself right there in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah,
Hey, hey, wait a minute. Before they went to the public and told the news, they had to have the mother and the father had a personal argument. He's mad at her. How'd you
yeah.
let this happen? She like, how'd you mean to let it happen? You was right there with me. You know the dude.
He shot you some sperm before?
The other guy, his wife didn't get pregnant. But then again, I'm amazed at this situation regardless. Like,
That is crazy.
I'm trying to
That,
understand the
that's crazy.
operation. Like, what
That's
she got? Her what was her egg like an acorn? They got to drill through it.
Oh no, man. But that's inhumane, man. That's inhumane playing with people kids like that. That's cold, man.
That's why they have a lawsuit on it.
Yeah, they should.
But who's gonna take responsibility of it?
I don't know, but I know I raised this other man's child for 28 years. I know that. I need my bread back.
Hey man,
I need,
how
I
can you
need my,
take back the memories? Mama
I don't
said
know, man.
that's between
But
y'all.
but
Because I
but
know
so
it's my baby.
hey, so now the dude who took care of his egg, he the one that's shooting the blanks because he didn't have no kids nowhere else.
No.
It,
And as you
that,
looked at him, it don't look like he don't have any. Probably got it in the crypto thing or something.
yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
what gets me is that these are the type of situation where you think it's going to be so innocent. I'm walking in with my wife. Some
yeah.
people go in there and don't have a husband,
Yeah.
and women wants to have a baby.
You're right.
But you walk in there with somebody and it's like, let's do this. And 28 years go by, and it seemed like they spoiled her. She had everything she wanted, so they about to give her a trip out the country.
Mm-hmm. Wow, man, that's crazy, man.
But I don't think you could take his love away from her.
No,
But
no, I
I
don't think
can
so.
see him heartbroken, though. I can see him in the bathroom crying. Like,
Yeah.
if I was his friend, I'd be like, "Hey, man, you made me laugh. I'm trying to sympathize."
Man, because I'll be like, man, what happened?
I said, what can you say to him?
Oh no, man. Oh no.
I'm not
Me and
laughing
him,
at the man.
me,
I'm
me and
like,
him would me and him would just be sitting there crying together because I wouldn't know what to say with it to him
yeah,
either. I'd be crying with him, man.
like, I'm gonna bring something to drink. I probably had to have a couple of glasses before I could break the inhibitions down a little bit,
Ah man.
and then be like,
28, 28 years, man. God,
I
dog,
might be
raising
asking him
somebody
like,
else.
so what y'all gonna do now?
you,
If I was supposed
you,
to.
you guys still gonna keep her? You guys still gonna keep her?
Well, I mean, she is 28. She should be living on her own.
Shit.
It limits the
Mm.
stuff you're gonna buy for when she became 30.
Wow, man. Oh, that's crazy.
Will he still pay for the gifts? I mean, for the trip to go see another man's.
Ah, shit.
Well, my real father, dad, his family comes from Romania. You still paying for my trip?
That's halfway around the world, man.
Hey, that's what they was gonna do for her, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right,
all of
man.
all of a sudden now his pockets is tight. He's like, I don't know, my kind of you know what? I don't even know.
Oh, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You limited on the things you buying now.
yeah. I
Now,
don't
man, that's
know.
a hard thing, you know.
Man, please, because it's hard to do. It's hard to do when you know that that child ain't yours. It's hard to raise somebody else's child. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's hard. You know what I mean? It ain't like raising your own. You got to put some effort, and
yeah,
your own. Your own. You ain't got to put no effort into it. That's your baby. You know it. You know what I mean? That's my baby. I know it. I ain't got to. That's my thing. But to
yeah.
go and raise somebody else's child like it is yours, that's difficult. That's difficult, man. That's
And you
difficult.
know, Big Hank, you right, man. It makes me think of that Kanye West song when, you know, um, she just my money. That one, you like 18 years, and then you find out that the kid ain't yours. And so,
Man,
you know,
yeah,
that's on someone's pocketbook, but 28.
yeah, man, that's deep, man. That's deep. You didn't gave it your all too, cause you didn't know. You didn't gave it your all.
Mm,
You didn't know.
yeah,
That's
man.
crazy. That's
And
deep.
that's subjects that, people are, these are subjects that as comedians, we'll read this and because we was not too long ago talking about the Drake situation,
Mm-hmm.
what the lady did
Mm-hmm.
when he poured hot sauce in his used condom,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she went in there and she's thinking about suing him because she went in there and put it in there and start burning her up. I keep
Yeah.
laughing about her having a baby look like Hellboy.
Red face.
Well, you know what? Ramonda Robinson made a good point. She's coming from Olathe, Kansas. Said if you had love for the child in the beginning, what changes? Your love shouldn't falter. Yeah, I totally agree. But now you
Mm-hmm.
got another person who's involved.
Mm-hmm.
See, it used to just be the three of them, just the three of us. We a
We can
family.
make it if we can.
Now you got this dude who comes in like the so is he invited over to the parties and you know what I'm saying? It's not his fault. It's obviously that these people wanted a child for them to go through this situation.
Yeah.
Mm. It's just
Yeah.
something CEO. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bring in this other subject, man.
Yeah.
This one, and I be wanting everyone to know is that we are not. If you watch our shows, we're not about white, black, Latino, Asians. You know, we call it for what it is. Now, when there's something that to me is a little newsworthy, and I said this is about to be something that we laugh about. This it's on us. But I found this real interesting right here, Big Hank. Something that made me want to laugh. I'm gonna add this to the screen. You see what it says?
No. Oh,
Okay, a Texas parent
the
demanded
man.
a Michelle Obama biography be pulled from schools because they said it would make white girls feel ashamed.
That's hilarious, man. That is
That's
crazy.
now
That is
when,
ridiculous.
when I read this, first of all, I seen the headline. First, they always throw something up there, and the title to catch your attention, and then when you get into it, you be like, "That's not what they were saying," right?
Mm-hmm.
Lately, the conservative parents, that's what they're saying, are saying that there's a whole bunch of different descriptions that they don't want their kids to know about. One of the main ones is race.
Mm.
Now, it's so funny to me that now I want to talk about change it up because people is being understanding right now that our educational department is kind of like, I knew it was something strange when I was a kid. We had to say the Pledge of Allegiance and sing, you know, um, America or whatever we were singing, right? You know what I'm saying? You remember this Pledge of Allegiance and all that, right?
Yeah.
But then turn around and we would say it when we say the Pledge of Allegiance, you would say indivisible, one nation under God, or one nation
Right.
under God,
Okay.
indivisible,
Indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
right? Liberty and
Right.
justice for all. We will say
Right.
that.
We used to say
Okay.
that,
Say
but it
that.
wasn't that. It wasn't that though.
Because soon as that intro was said every morning, next we had to learn Charles Darwin's theory. See, this is where we get stuff starts coming confusing with our kids. You teaching them one nation under God, indivisible, in liberty and justice for all, and then turn around in the same hour and teach me uh, the theories of a LSD addict. Charles Darwin was an LSD addict. Anybody who's ever used LSD, you have hallucinations. So his
Mm.
hallucinations showed a Big Bang theories. All of a sudden in space, it was Big Bang, boom, and next thing you know, amphibians, which are fish, are growing out the water and decided I don't want to be in the water no more. I want to come up and land and walk.
Mm-hmm.
And you teach this now in our era. That you talking about making kids crazy. You go home, you go to church, you go to Sunday school. They teach you God created the heaven and the earth. You go to school, they say you give them the test about the Big Bang Theory. You write up God created everything. Next thing you know, you flunk the test. You go home, you flunk the test. Now I'm getting a whooping. How you gonna flunk the test? Well, so I'll go to church and say, hey, who created the heavens, Roy? Charles Darwin, Big Bang Theory. Oh, now I'm getting another whooping because I've been smart. You know what I'm saying? we, our society with this now it's gotten to the point that they want the books about race out. Now I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna go into what happened with this lady here. She said, "This is what the parent." She says a parent in Texas called for children's biography about former First Lady Michelle Obama to be pulled from school libraries because they viewed it as unfair to former President Donald Trump. The Katy, Texas parent took issue with a book titled Michelle Obama Political Icon, which on Wednesday published at least 50 books that parents in Texas have asked schools to remove. There's 50 books that they've asked to remove. Now, I want to quote what the lady said. Okay, so here she goes. Um, Wait a minute, I think I bypassed what the lady was writing, has stated. She stated the request came as books depicting race, sexuality, and gender have faced heightened scrutiny from conservatives in the U.S., with many demanding certain titles be pulled from school libraries. The parent and Katie, who's not named in NBC's report, there they go again, said the book about Obama gave the impression that, quote, if you sound like a white girl, you should be ashamed of yourself, unquote. I'm gonna state this right now. It's situations like this that causes someone to feel inadequate.
Mm.
Now, one time have I heard them say little white girls don't rock. They try to include that black girls rock because every child should have a self-esteem builder.
Mm-hmm.
This is a book letting you know that you can do it no matter what race you are.
Right.
And if you worried about the daughters, you're telling your daughters that they need to concentrate on men like former President Donald Trump. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
They said that that in the book it makes him look like a bully. I was reading that part. It says here that I guess I passed that part where the lady said, I would tell anybody just read it for yourself. You can look it up where the lady asked for it to be removed. Now, my biggest question is this: like our show said, we said, what if we all came together like the UN, Big Hank? We the United Nations. We come in like the United Nations, sit down, have a few drinks and some laugh. That way we break the barriers of inhibitions and have a conversation. And when you have a conversation, it makes you ponder about what the next person said when you go home or you laying back, if you have any type of conscience and thoughts. In our school systems, you don't want them to know about anybody else, but how you're in. You'll be, next thing you know, you want books to say, oh, we only use mayonnaise on our sandwiches. So if I don't use mayonnaise, I'm an outsider. Isn't that basically when we are ostracizing different patterns like race, sexuality, religion, and everything out of schools? What you want them to learn, man?
Yeah.
What did you tell us to learn? Let's hear from you, because we've been learning it y'all way for over 80, 100 years from the school department, right?
Yeah.
And look at this, look at the society.
Yeah.
If you be a little bit more honest, man, you make your kids more well-rounded. I mean, that's just my opinion, You tell me something, Hank. I mean, you're a USC grad. I mean, biggest alumnus from USC, still holding records. I mean,
and like you said, we went through it. We went through it for years and years and years. We didn't get nobody come take the books off the shelf for us. And then when we tried to tried to come with something that said we didn't like what y'all was doing, it, man, we got shut down. So and I'm not trying to go back to the back to then, because we passed that. But
Yeah.
but if it's good for the goose, it should be good for the gander. Yeah.
I mean, if it's in
Yeah.
the library, that your child has a decision to pick it.
Right. She can walk by it. She ain't got to open that book.
Yep. And a
Yeah.
little bit though, it kind of made me feel though. I'm gonna call it for what I said. I felt there was a little jealous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that her child was look at this black woman as a hero and not
Mm-hmm.
at her being a hero, but you're a hero to her every day, man. Your baby girl should be able to say, hey, if Michelle can do it, I know I can do it too. That's what the book is about.
Yeah.
That is you. And then what got me is that, former President Donald Trump is married. Oh, hell, President Trump. Oh, that's some of these people losing their mind. She said the
Yeah.
book made former President Donald Trump look like a bully.
Book make him look like that. He made himself look like a bully.
What he tell the fellas how to deal with the ladies? You grab them in the
Grab him right there yeah,
and
grab him right there in the pussy. Grab him right by it. Yeah.
ma'am, that's what
Get your hand like that and grab him right by the, grab him right by the.
look, well, ma'am, that's we don't want no distinguished lady or distinguished citizen. We
Yeah,
want someone to tell you to grab them.
grab him right by the thing there. Yeah, grab him right by the old camel toe.
And you know, and what gets me is that the news media doesn't seem like they have any moral senses of what not to display. You know, when I was a kid or something, my mother, I say something, my mother, she would say stuff like, you know, it's better to be thought of as a fool than open up your mouth and remove all doubt. If you don't got nothing good to say, don't say it.
Don't say
Nothing.
nothing at all.
So why is the media even showing this? Why is the lady being familiarized? Now, all you, ma'am, the only thing you doing is bringing your kids in shame. I was watching a TikTok video where the white guy said, "Man, I gotta find a. I want to be in a black family, man." He was going over it was on the oven. It was Thanksgiving, and he was opening up the pots. He said, "Look at this. The mashed potatoes still had skins." He was going through it. You know what?
Yeah.
First thing I said, "Look, man, dirty dishes have a tale to tell, while others are going hungry. You're eating very well." Next time when you go to the store with your moms, get some seasoning, get some Larry seasoning, throw in a couple of onions in there, help your mother peel the potatoes. You know,
Yeah.
but what do you say? Don't you find it funny, oh Big Hank? If we don't sit back and try to laugh at situations, it seems like every time we look up, it's something to make us mad and angry. Makes
Yes.
us want to try to hate each other because of somebody's propaganda.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Yeah. I'm
telling,
with.
huh?
And I was just saying I'm with you 100% on that. I'm
Somebody
with
brought it
you.
to my attention. Oh yeah, I want to bring this up. Richie King called me last night, and on the 15th, whatever subjects that we come up with or they come up with, we're gonna have a common ground subject. They're gonna jump on the same subject on their show. So we're gonna be doing it on the 15th. Whatever subject we all agree to talk upon, we're gonna talk about. The 15th is a Tuesday, the day after on Valentine's Day. We're gonna talk on it, and then they're gonna jump on and talk about it that later on
Okay.
that evening on their show. And,
Okay.
but I was telling somebody, I said, man, I be loving to listen to people's news. I always watching videos, stuff like that. I watch old speeches. I research. I like listening to other people's views, whether I agree with them or not. It's just still their views. It's hard for me though to listen to former President Donald Trump. I be
Or
wanting to hear what he got to say. It's just that I can't get past the Confederate flags and the nooses and all that. And if he doesn't, you know, like what's the word I want to use? Big Hank, when if you don't discourage that or say, hey, take that out of here, there's no time for that, then it makes it hard for me to listen to you on that. Like I told our white neighbors, if me and Big Hank invited you to our spot, to our studio or something, you come to the front door and you see a big old soul fist and talk, fight the power now. You're gonna be hesitant to come in there.
yeah,
Am I correct, Big Hank?
yes, sir. Right.
I'm not going into places that has 3 6s. I'm not going into a place that has 3Ks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to a place where is you know
Swastikas, got swastikas and all that. Yeah,
yeah, I'm
all
not
that.
gonna do that.
I got
Not that I have fear of them. It's that I got to be able to control myself as an ambassador around them. I always told people out, even when I was coming up in the neighborhood, it's not. I'm not worried about what you do to me. I'm worried about what I'm gonna do to myself because my mindset is ready to do that. You know what I'm saying?
you. Yeah.
And I look at the silliness of it. You know, I look at where every time we look up, we rather encourage. Let me tell you something. Let that lady who wants the books taken out, let her be in another, go to visit another country, and there's an uproar. She's gonna be one to go with. Is there any Americans here? You know, they ain't looking. If you see Miss Michelle Obama right there, you'll feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
But now in Caddy, Texas, we don't want to hear about that. I'm trying to figure out what country are you living in.
Right.
Write a book and make your own self a hero. Give your children something to write up a children's book and see if it's entertaining. We ain't going nowhere. They said they wanted to take it where slavery didn't exist, nothing in the books and the different blacks and whites and all that. Oh, and I want to share this before we do get out, but I said I was going to wait for our next show. I looked up when people tell another race, why don't you go back here or go back there? I would tell anybody you need to look up the inventions by blacks in America. I'm talking about from the stoplights to the clothes dryer.
Yeah.
Man, it was a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so I can just talk on one. George Washington Carver.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 ways of the use of a peanut.
Peanut. Yes, sir.
We cannot have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without peanut butter.
Mm-mm.
You can't get no wax. You can't do your furniture cleaning. The makeup that you're wearing, ma'am, Miss Lady down there in Texas, you're wearing makeup probably is made from peanut oil. A lot of people don't understand that. When you wax your cars, it's peanut oil. Richie said potato chips. Love me some potato chips.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If we was to leave and take all of our inventions, it's gonna look like medieval. You don't have no lawnmowers.
Yeah.
No cotton gin machines.
Hmm.
None of that. No remote control. No doors that slide open. No escalator stairs. I tell anybody, just Google it up and look it up.
Yeah.
We even put a lot of stuff in here in America. So when they say let's make America great again, I'll be trying to figure out what you want to invent, man.
Yeah.
Tesla ain't even mess with y'all like that.
That's right.
So what they going to invent? But anyway, man, me and Big Hank, like I said, we did a comedy concert together in Memphis, Tennessee. We're going to launch that out for everyone. You can see, you bring us together. It's a knockout show. We can work with any other comedian too.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I just wanted to be where I laughed at some things because it seemed like day by day is drama.
And Roy, it's some of them things, man. If we sometimes we be laughing to keep from crying because that stuff, there's some of that stuff we hurt, man. That they talking about, man, from way back. Yes, sir.
Yes, you're absolutely right. That's why before you came on, I was telling them how serious that laughter is.
Yes.
God said that laughter is the best medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But in a scientifically, when you laugh wholeheartedly, an endorphin is released from your brain that heals every disease, every ailment. Like if you could have cancer and it would heal you. The doctors, scientists for years have tried to dissect the brain to get to that endorphin. There's no way to release it unless you're laughing.
Mm-hmm.
You've been laughing so hard where the back of your head tightens up, water. You know that feeling you feel once you get through doing that. You're like, woo. You took your body through a healing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes,
We should be quick to laugh than to cry. Crying's gonna come. It used to amaze me when I go into church and somebody's face is so mean and everything. I'd be like, do I want to come in here? I asked this one lady, I said, did someone die? She said, what do you mean? I'm like, why are you looking like that? Hey, I'm out here, man. Love you much, bro.
I love you too, Roy. Man, go.
All right,
Hey.
Hey, is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody
Anthony
out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show.